Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watcher Realms. Welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be checking out a couple of new heroes here on the test server. They're going to be coming to global very soon, so stay tuned. We're going to go through them all. Anyways, without further ado, let's dig in. Alright, so we have 3 new units, 2 legendaries, and 1 epic that I know of, and technically we have 2 epics that are coming with this group. I think the first one is in the watch guard, and that is going to be Talin. This is going to be the new unit that is coming to, I think the event. There's going to be the 15x or 20x going on for it. She's a magic marksman with a Watcher Piercer faction, and she has some really cool abilities. I've kind of looked at her kit a little bit, so I can't lie and say this is a first time view, but this is the only one that I've actually looked at. The Talon increases attack by 15% in battle, can be deployed on both platform and ground tiles. When deployed on ground tiles, the hero transforms into Berserker Stance, reducing redeployment time by 15 seconds. Now, Berserker Stance is, she basically turns into a bear. She's a Spirit Claw Druid shapeshifter, obviously. It reduces attack range and attack speed. Attacks deal AoE physical damage to enemies in range, increases block by 3, and max HP by 100%. It converts 80% attack to defense. Attacks have a 20% chance to inflict 10% vulnerability, and cannot target airborne units. Now I did just read through the whole talent, but did you just notice that this unit can be deployed on both platform and ground tiles? First in the game. It's amazing that we're gonna be able to do this. I'm actually really excited to see what she can do. She seems to be really cool. Let's check out her basic. Deals 100% damage to one enemy. Standard range, pretty okay. On the ultimate, its cost is 900. Start out with 500. Lasts for 15 seconds. When activated, reduces attack interval by 40%. And attack ignores 60% of the magic resistance. She does magic damage. While in Berserker Stance, this effect is replaced with increases attack by 40% and all damage reduction by 20%. Dispels 1 debuff from the hero every 5 seconds, and when taking direct damage, restores 5% of max HP for the hero and adjacent allies. Interesting, so she's gonna be allies around her. You know how some of the tanks have like that physical and magic damage reduction addition or effect to the units around her. With her, she's going to actually be giving them more HP as she gets hit. Well, that's pretty cool. Nature's Fury, first passive is that every 10 attacks launched, next attack deals 480% damage and dispels 1 buff from the target when the ultimate is activated. This effect is guaranteed to be triggered 1 time. While in Berserker Stance, this effect is replaced with attack has a 50% chance to trigger Ground Stomp. Ground Stomp deals 340% AoE physical damage to 5 enemy targets within 2 rows ahead and knocks them back. During the ultimate, damage range expands and inflicts stun on hit targets for 1 second. Pretty cool ability. Iron Bark Armor. Lasts for 20 seconds. Cooldown for 20 seconds, I mean. When deployed, gains 1 stack of Thorn Shield every 20 seconds, up to 10 stacks. Thorn Shield increases attack by 2% and defense by 2%. All stacks are preserved after redeployment. Each time Nature's Fury is triggered, reduces cooldown by 5 seconds. While in Berserker Stance, this effect is replaced with reduces cooldown by 1 second for every 1 time healed, up to 1 time every 2 seconds. She's absolutely insane. I haven't been able to actually place her on the field or anything, but just reading her kit, it just seems amazing. Check out the value of the awakenings. First awaken level 1 is for every 1 stack of Thorn Shield increases damage by an extra 2%. Nice. Awaken 2 is attack plus 300. Awaken 3 is increases initial rage by 300. Increases a stack cap of Thorn Shield by 5. And gains 2 stacks of Thorn Shield with each ultimate cast. Okay, so that's gonna definitely add up. Awaken level 3 is gonna be very powerful for her. Probably, I'm gonna assume that's gonna be like, most value there. Awaken level 4 is penetration plus 8%. Awaken level 5 is for every 1 stack of Thorn Shield, reduces the hero's AoE damage taken by 1%. When Thorn Shield reaches full stacks, the hero survives when receiving fatal damage for the first time after each deployment and restores 50% HP. Pretty crazy. Yeah, some stats, she's looking at like 13k HP, a little low on the attack at 4300. Defense stats are not really that important. A block does go up when she goes into Berserker stance or on the ground. Attack interval is 2 seconds, so she gets a nice and fast attack interval. I think that holds through. Oh, wait, no, they said that actually goes down a bit when you put her in on the ground. Yeah, pretty insane looking unit if you ask me, and just visually, it's a very cool looking unit as well. I don't know, definitely has that druid vibe going on. She with the wooden horns coming out of her head. All right, so next I think it was not North Throne. I can't remember what faction it was in. Cursed Cult? No, Infernal Blast it was. Infernal Blast. Malrik. The Gandalf hero that everybody's been leaking and talking about for a while now. He's actually pretty neat, but I don't think he's going to be extremely valuable for PvE content. I think it's going to be a PvP thing. Single target, multi-target attack, ally buff, hard control, magic, mage, of course, infernal esotericist, unit, the Rogue of Runes. Let's go on to the talent right away. The hero gains 20% damage increase. Just by default. I mean, kind of a weird thing to put in your talent, but grants Wizard's Rune to the next hero deployed in attack range. This effect can only be triggered one time per deployment. When Wizard's Rune is granted to an allied platform unit, Malrik's fire form will be replaced with frost form. I'm assuming he has forms. Can't really see it because I can't place them down the field. Wizard's Rune increases attack, defense, and HP of the rune bearer by 10%. Okay, just stat boost by 10%. This fact can stack with other effects. So it's like he's got a built-in invigoration. Let's put it that way. Built-in invigoration. Cool. Alright, onto the basic. Deals 100 damage one time to one enemy in range. Very basic. The ultimate is Elemental Ascension. Costs 800. You start out with 400. Lasts for 15 seconds. When the ultimate is activated, increases the hero's attack by 30% for 15 seconds. During this time, transforms the hero's basic attack into either a fireball or blizzard. You can see it here on the screen above my head. Looks like that's a fireball, and just got done doing a blizzard while I was reading it, so if you want to see it, well, I'll just wait a second. I think he does it right now, or is he not going to show him? No, I guess not. Thought it would show him on there. I guess I'm wrong. One more time coming through here. Nah, he just keeps doing fireballs. Alright. Alright, Elemental Covenant. I'm curious to see talks about his forms at all besides just whatever form he's in. While in the same form, every 5 basic attacks trigger Fire Blast or Ice Storm one time. If no basic attack is launched for 5 seconds, the next attack is guaranteed to trigger this effect. Fire Blast deals 220% damage one time to one enemy, and I'm assuming that Ice Storm does some Winter's Bite, yep, and lesser AoE damage. Rune Mastery. When casting the ultimate, restores 5% rage to heroes granted with Wizard's Rune and permanently increases the hero's attack by 3%. This attack increase can be gained up to 5 times for each battle. If no one is granted with runes, restores an extra 5% rage for the hero. Okay. Oh, okay. So it's in a talent here. I'm sorry. I just sit there and read that for a second. When Wizard's Rune is granted to an allied platform unit, Malrik's fire form will be replaced with frost form. Weird. So if you place him next to a platform unit and the invig essentially goes onto the platform unit, he goes into frost form. If you place it onto a ground unit, he's going to stay in fire form. So that's pretty interesting. Anyways, on to the awakenings. Awaken level 1 Elemental Covenant is enhanced. Fire Blast deals 60% extra increased damage and inflicts vulnerability, 10%, 2 magic damage. Ice Storm inflicts freeze on enemies, reduces damage interval by 3.3 seconds, and increases the chance to inflict Winter's Bite to 70%. I'm thinking like GVG with this guy. That's really what I'm thinking. The problem I see is like getting him into that ice form or frost form or whatever it was called. I think it was called frost form. Hold on one second. Yeah, frost form in GVG, or if it's even possible. Because if you can get him into it in GVG, he's gonna be super strong there with all that Winter's Bite. Like, hello, you merit. Awakening level 2 is attack plus 300. Awakening level 3 is increases speed boost gain from attack speed by 20%. Nice. Awakening level 4 is penetration plus 8%. And Awakening level 5 is the hero gains an extra 10% damage increase. So it's going to go to 30%. I think. I'll check in a second. When either the hero or a hero granted with Wizard Rune dies, applies Wizard's Incantation on them. Wizard's Incantation prevents death one time when the carrier takes fatal damage, dispels all debuffs on them, and restores 50% of their max HP. This is a reason why I think that it'd be good for GVG. If you can get him into that frost form. If you can't, then I don't know how you're going to do it. I was going to say, I was going to check the, yep, 30% damage increase max. So a very cool unit. Infernal Esotericist unit. Is he going to work well in Abyss? I don't really know. He could. He's magic damage and he is infernal. So I mean, there's a good chance that he could be somewhat useful in there. As long as he stays in, let's say, his fire form. I would assume. Yeah, fire form. Alright, there's one more I want to go over really quick. No, not Talin again. Where is she? It's an ESO unit. Here. Faelin. It's like another druid. Well, literally another druid. Buckthorn druid. Maybe they should be bonded somehow. Anyway, like they be best buddies. When inflicting poison on enemies, magic res reduction will also be inflicted. This is also just an ESO unit. 20% magic res reduction, that's really good, especially for an epic. On the basic attacks, is magic attack deals 100% AoE damage to up to 5 enemy targets. It goes up to 110 total. And Virulent Bile is the ultimate, 200 cost, so it's really fast. Start out with 200, so it's immediate when you start. Deals 100% damage 3 times in total to random enemies within a short time, inflicting 1 stack of poison with each hit. So she's gonna be doing a lot of poisons. I'm not really a big fan of poisons, to be honest with you. They just don't seem to do a lot of damage. I guess unless you're on certain content with a lot of waves of enemies coming down and they just kind of sit there and take it from like Dahlia or something. Spectral Rot. When an enemy inflicted with poison by his hero dies, deals 150% AoE damage one time to up to 8 surrounding enemies. That could be useful. As they die, they're doing extra AoE damage. Onto the Awakening. Ultimate has a 30% chance to instantly restore 50% rage upon use. Okay, so immediately activate again. Poison Freak. Attack plus 5%. The AoE damage from Spectral Rot inflicts slow on affected enemies. Nice. Rage Regen Auto plus 1. And when Spectral Rot is triggered, inflicts 1 extra stack of poison on affected enemies. Okay. That's crazy. That's a lot of poisons. Now the one I wanted to talk about is... oh, here she is. Filippa. She's the same faction. Esoterius. Filippa is going to be finally added to global servers, at least from my understanding. I believe I saw that somewhere and read that somewhere. But anyways, yeah, she's a pretty good unit. Everybody seems to like it that has her on the Forerunner, because that's where she's the only place you can get her. Apparently there was a time in global where they accidentally put her on global and then took her off again for some reason. I don't really know what the holdup was this whole time, but she unleashes 6 waves of arrows, each dealing 160% damage to one enemy target. She's kind of just a DPS, little DPS marksman unit. Decent unit, but it's definitely worth being excited about, because you can finally, if you almost have your roster filled out, you can go ahead and get yourself a Filippa, or Filippa, whatever everybody calls her. Anyways, guys, I think that's it for now. I think I'm pretty excited for Malrik. Talin looks pretty good as well. But I just like the wizard thing. I think I have to make sure I pick myself up a Malrik. And anyways, that's all I have for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to join the Discord. We'll have updates. I'll be testing these heroes as well. And make sure you turn on the notification bell here on YouTube. Make sure you get the notification when these videos go live. But anyways, that's all I have for today. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, keep digging.